I'm here at the Mission Inn in Riverside, and this is supposed to be one of the most haunted buildings in Southern California. I found a few websites. They compare it to the Whaley House in San Diego, the Queen Mary down in Long Beach, and the Winchester Mystery House. So I'm here right now, and in fact, right behind this locked door, I can hear some spectral music. This interesting disembodied trumpet music. What could that be? Oh, it probably is. There's a wedding back there. There's a wedding happening there. There's a mariachi playing, so we're not going to bother them. But, be that as it may, a lot of people say that this hotel is haunted. Now, I couldn't find any specific stories about a murder or a death or anything specific causing. Why would it be haunted? But I met some locals at the bar. I'll show you. This is the Presidential Bar. Over here, really a lovely place to have a drink. And they've got portraits of all the presidents who have stayed here. They have drinks named after many of these presidents, including George W. Bush, who doesn't drink alcohol, but they named a drink after him anyway. Oh, Presidential Lounge, that's what it's called. There it is, the Presidential Lounge. Really a lovely place to have a cocktail. And here we have the lovely lobby. Really a beautiful architecture. Neo-colonial is what I've heard this architecture called. Kind of revival of the Spanish colonial style from California, from the days when this was first a Spanish colony and then part of independent Mexico. Here we are in the lobby looking up. And up at the, I just want to show you the architecture. And I want to talk about the ghosts because I did meet a local girl. She told me that this place is definitely haunted. She said that she stayed here. She saw some figures in the hallway. She said she would walk down the hallway and then see somebody walk past her, and she'd kind of do a double take, and there'd be nobody there. A lot of the housekeeping employees have seen that too. And what she said, she confirmed the catacombs. One of the big stories here at the Mission Inn is that there are catacombs underneath it, like tunnels, the basement that goes throughout Riverside. And I talked to her and I talked to the bartender. Both of them confirmed that those catacombs are real. And what's interesting is the bartender, he was not really a believer in ghosts. He wasn't interested in talking about ghost stories. He thinks it's all just, people come, they expect to see ghosts, it's their imagination. So he's not a believer. He wasn't trying to talk me into any ghost story in particular, but he told me that these tunnels are real underneath the Mission Inn. Let's show you around a little more. Show you the other side of the building. Now, we can't go up into the hallways, but I can show you the beautiful courtyard. So I was talking to this girl also. She was there with her boyfriend at the bar. She said yes, it's definitely a presence here. And she stayed here before, and she told me that she came to a special event, a special dinner. See, look at the entrance. I don't want to interrupt the photo shoot here, but look at that lovely kind of mission style entrance. She told me that she went down into those catacombs for this special dinner held down in the basement, and she's seen those tunnels. Also, the bartender told me he's seen the tunnels. He said, yeah, the catacombs are real. They're not just a legend. I've been down there, and he said that he's gone and can clearly see how they used to extend much further. That you can see where they've been cemented off and just blocked off, that you can't get into them anymore. Now, part of the story is that those catacombs originally connected this hotel, the Mission Inn, to Mount Rubidoux, which I just hiked and I'm exhausted from it, which is like 2 or 3 miles away at least. I mean, the top of it is much further. But the story is that those tunnels, for whatever reason, Frank Miller, I'll show you the statue of him, man who built this hotel, Frank Augustus Miller. I guess he was a bird lover because here's the statue. for whatever reason, he built these tunnels connecting the basement of the Mission Inn of this hotel to Mount Rubidoux, which itself has all of these different occult stories and stories of ghosts and strange presences there. This symbol here, this might be part of the mystique of this hotel. You see that symbol everywhere. I'm sure it's just a stylized kind of mission bell and cross, but some people describe it as like an occult symbol. And the girl that I was talking with her boyfriend, I'm assuming that neither of them is Catholic because I asked them why they think Mount Rubidoux is haunted. They told me about the haunted castle, the tower that I went to see on Mount Rubidoux. You can see that in my other video. I asked them why they think it's haunted. They said, why is it haunted? Because Catholics have been up there. Catholics do creepy things. So that was their take on it. So clearly, not very Catholic themselves. But they told me about these tunnels connecting Mount Rubidoux and they talked about occult rituals. They said, the girl used the word temple. She said throughout this hotel, if you go down the hallways, she said there are temples in the hallways. Now, what I think she's referring to, I'll show you one example here. Let's go ahead and walk down this passageway. Here we are in the court. Oh, let's focus. Whoa, hold up. There we go. I think what she's referring to is these niche. There are these niches for like kind of altars, niches for saints. I mean, this is all kind of neo-colonial mission style. Some of the styles been called arabesque or Moorish, neo-Moorish style. Reminds me of a hotel that I stayed at in downtown Los Angeles, which was like a Moorish revival style. And here we are. Here's one of the shrines. So as you enter from this side, the courtyard, you've got a shrine to St. Francis of Assisi. And so she might have been referring to these kind of shrines, that there are a few of them throughout the hotel. Or she might have been referring to something much, something much stranger. Maybe something from some very different tradition, very different from the Catholic Christian tradition. Maybe something from the occult tradition, more closely related to spiritualism, neo-paganism, theosophy even. I don't know. But there are a lot of artifacts from historic times in this hotel. A lot of glass display cases that have artifacts from ancient times. So some people say that that's part of this presence in the hotel, that having those artifacts here has kind of awakened something. So let's go back into the lobby once again. Ooh, here we are in the other bar. This is a nice looking bar. And again, give you one last look at, let's focus. One last look at the beautiful lobby here of the Mission Inn right here in downtown Riverside, one of the loveliest old historic hotels of Southern California.